Welcome everybody to another video. I hope you're all doing well and having a good day. Welcome to part 8 of Heavensward, the Heavensward series. I've played more of Final Fantasy in the last week than I think I've ever played. The Final Fantasy story has gripped me so hard. Heavensward has just grabbed me from 3.2. I haven't been able to put it down, and we've now finished 3.55. So is this the end of this series maybe? I don't know, maybe. It's been insane. There's so much to cover here. It's going to be a big one. This story is the best video gaming experience I think I've ever had. It has been phenomenal. I mean, I'm pretty hyped because it's only just ended, and I don't know what's to come, but Heavensward, it's been phenomenal. So let's get straight into the video. Welcome everybody to part 8, and what a week this has been. This has been an absolutely crazy week. I've streamed this 5 days in the last week, and it's been crazy. We've really pushed the story. We've pushed really hard to tie off a lot of loose ends in ARR. We've been pushing through Coils. We've done a lot of stuff. We held the first ever glam contest on Friday, which was the Heroes of Heavensward contest. It was phenomenal. I'm going to release the video onto YouTube soon. That was one of the best experiences I've had in this game. It was so good. So thank you everyone who's taken part either on stream, watched the YouTube videos, chatted in the Discord. All the links will be down below if you want to join anything else. Even just liking the video, subscribing to the channel. Thank you all so much. As we're coming to the end of the Heavensward series, I just got to say that massive thank you. I don't know whether to release a part 9 to tie off all the loose ends of Heavensward, like the extreme trials, the firmament. Let me know if you think we should do that, or to end it here. I'm not quite sure. And then do we start it up again in Stormblood? That'll be the 3rd series. I think maybe we do. So yeah, let me know in the comments where you want to see things go. Do you want to see more like bitty content as we do it? Do you want to see these big summaries every week going through Stormblood? Yeah, let me know. Other than that, let's get straight in to part 8. So for those that are new around here, we've been stuck in Coils for a long time. Been trying to do it synced, as realistic as possible. And I've been stuck in Coils for over a month. We've really struggled with T9. We got straight to T9 in a couple of days, and T9 just blocked us. 3 full streams of trying to get through T9, and we just couldn't do it. So we put together a group of people that we trained, and we went through it every chance we got. And eventually we went in there on stream 4 hours later maybe, and we did T9. This was the hardest fight so far I've seen in the game. I did not know it was possible. I did not know Final Fantasy had this level of difficulty. I don't know why, but coming from World of Warcraft, there's a big ego, and there's a big like pressure to be the best, and everybody wants to be the best. Everyone wants to do heroics, mythics, be gladiators, and there's pride in being so good, and there's pride in the difficulty in WoW. And there's a thing in World of Warcraft that you don't think other games have that. And there's definitely the assumption that Final Fantasy XIV is a casual game. It's just a casual game with cat girls, it's anime style, and there's no real difficulty. No one's really challenged over there. And let me tell you, that's not the case. Coils was one of the most challenging and entertaining things I've done in years. And I guess it's from ARR, so it's back when things were a little more brutal. But I didn't know, so I'm not really like a mythic raider from WoW. I'm not like this hardcore content guy, but I know I want to do savages in Final Fantasy XIV. The challenge in this game is phenomenal. Working together as a team, getting through these really cool raids, these really cool stories was just phenomenal. I know that I want to do savages. Maybe not Savage T9 for a while, but this was just so good. And with T9 under our belts, we had to continue. We had we had a group of people that were dedicated. I honestly just turned the stream on and we just went for like 4 or 5 hours when we did this. And we just kept going. We went on to 10 and onwards. The final Coils of Bahamut. I'm going to be honest, the last 4 bosses were really hard, but nothing was as hard as T9. The meteors, the dive bombs, everything, just T9 just slapped so hard and required such a level of skill and teamwork that if one person wasn't on it, if one person was not pulling their weight or was making a lot of mistakes or was tired, you're wiping. The rest of the bosses were less punishing. They were a little more forgiving in that regard. But they were just so cool. I don't want to go into too much detail because the whole video could be about Coils. I could make a whole video about Coils, but that's not what this video is today. And then after T10, we continued, and then we cleared the Phoenix. This was a great fight as well. One of the really cool things about the Phoenix was these stacks that it had on it, where if you got resurrected at all, it got a buff. So if like, say 5 people died, it would have 5 stacks of this buff because it's a phoenix. So whenever someone gets resurrected, you get punished. So the more people die, the more you suffer. Which was a really cool mechanic that I've not seen before, or I've missed it, maybe if it's been here before. But yeah, this was really cool fight. And yeah, obviously spoilers for Coils if you're watching this. But yeah, Louis Soir, right? What an interesting story that was. And then they're gonna lock one of the sweetest, most amazing cutscenes behind one of the most challenging raid series ever. If you haven't seen this, this is your reward for doing Coils. Wow. Coming from World of Warcraft, you would get a small little cutscene at the end of a raid, and it'd be very it'd be on YouTube the next day. Well, it wouldn't be that entertaining. It'd just be a little cutscene, and it would always like lead to something else. This tied up the entire story, and it told you everything you wanted. It showed you everything that you wanted to see. It showed you the Calamity, Bahamut, just Louis Soir's fight. It was just amazing. It really tied into the very start of ARR, to the fights with the dragons, just everything. And I mean, yeah, that you got hands off to Square Enix. This was phenomenal. And then eventually we did it. I don't have footage of all the fights because we were streaming this for like the final fight alone against Bahamut was like 5 hours. So I didn't have my recording going for the whole 5 hours, so I didn't catch like the kill on recording, but we have it on Twitch with my reaction and stuff. So I want to make its own video of like the final like 9 to 13 of the fights, the kills, the reactions, because it was crazy. It was so hype. There was like over 100 people watching it, and it was just so good. It was one of the best things I've done in the game so far. So I do want to put a video out with like, it's gonna have my little stupid face in the corner, and it's just gonna be the ending to Coils with reactions. But yeah, I don't have the the straight game footage because I would need to have recorded for like 20 hours to catch everything. So yeah, that's coming. That'll probably be out this week. So yeah, Coils was over. This was the last thing in ARR. I've done all the extremes, all the dungeons. This was the last thing in ARR. The one loose end that I just couldn't do. And it just feels so good to finally finish it. I'd love to know what everyone else thinks of Coils. Did you put the effort into sync it? Did you go through unsynced? Or have you not even tried it yet? I highly recommend it. I didn't think I was into super hard content, but it turns out maybe I am. Maybe that is my thing. Maybe Ultimate, Savage, that's going to be too hard for me. I don't know. We'll see. But this was fun. I really enjoyed this. And another thing I've been putting off for quite a while is PvP. So a lot of people have been talking about PvP not being very good in Final Fantasy. Yeah, a lot of people said it wasn't great, but we went over there and we unlocked it. We tried a little dueling, and I set up my bars, and I looked at the PvP gear, and the PvP gear looks really cool, especially from a glamour point of view. So I wanted to give it a try myself. I was a big fan of PvP in World of Warcraft, arenas, battlegrounds, things like that. I was never super competitive, but I always did it. I did it every season. I messed around in PvP. I really enjoy it. So I wanted to try in Final Fantasy, and I see the problems in PvP. I do. I see there are some issues, some real issues with PvP, and I get what the problem with it is, but I like it. I think there's a lot of potential here, and I think it's really fun. I mean, I've not burnt out on it. I've only done a couple of games, but I really enjoyed my limited time in here. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. You get a completely new hotbar, but the limited time I spent in here, I found really fun, and I can definitely see myself doing it at least like every day to do the little, the daily thing. I don't know if there's one thing I don't know. I don't know if there's like the grind in here, because like in WoW you have like these arena grinds where you can rank up and get really cool gear and titles. I don't know if you have the same thing in Final Fantasy. I've really not looked into it. I've just dabbled a little bit. But yeah, I can see a few things wrong. I want to make a full video on PvP once I've played it more, because I think there's some things it does really well, and there's definitely some problems. But I want to try all the modes, and I want to do a lot more. I've tried it on the Paladin a few times. I've tried it on the Dragoon. But yeah, I want to do a lot more and then make a video, because I think it could be incredible, but I do see some real problems with it. So yeah, PvP, I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure on PvP. I enjoyed it, but I just want to play more. I'd love to know what you think in the comments. Like normally in WoW, you would be a PvE player or a PvP player, and there are people that just play PvP, and you would be a PvP main. You would be a PvP player. Is it the same with Final Fantasy? Is there any like PvP players down below, or is it just a smaller part in this game? Because I've really not seen anybody hyping it up yet. But yeah, let me know if you live for PvP. Let me know. I'd love to talk to you about it because I'm fascinated by it. I think PvP can be one of the most important things of an MMO. You don't have like open world PvP, similar to what WoW does, but this mode alone looks super fun, and I can definitely see myself spending a lot of time here. And then when we stream on Twitch, we're always having fun, we're always messing around, and we're always trying to do cool stuff to keep it interesting. And you've probably seen the video where we turned into a Lalafell for a week, and it happened again. Yeah, so when I first made this series of, this was like the ARR series before the Heavensward series, probably nearly 2 or 3 months ago now, I originally said I wanted to make an aura, but at the last minute I switched and decided to go for a Catboy. I wanted to go for a really edgy looking aura character, but at the last minute I went Catboy, and I still managed to make one that I really liked. So we had a little game, and eventually it was decided that I would make an aura. I'd Fantasia, the Fantasia addiction is real. I would Fantasia into an aura for a week and try it out. So here that is. So I toyed with the idea of a male aura or a female aura. I really wasn't sure. I've never made a female character. Female character, not something that I've ever even thought about. It's not something I did in World of Warcraft. It's not something I've ever really been interested in. But I think the female auras look really cool. So I was toying between a edgy male aura or a female aura, and I didn't even know what clan to go with. I was really torn, so I thought I'll make them both. I'll make a male and a female, and I'll try and work out what I want to go with. I made a female character that I really was happy with, and I might make them into a retainer, but I just couldn't see myself playing a female character. I don't know why. I've always played a male character. I try and make a character that I can associate with. As much as a female would have been fun for glamour. I wanted to make a male. So I think I saved the female I made, and I went with a male in the end. So yeah, here was the finishing touches of the aura. I've got to say, aura have some of the coolest looking options for glamour. They really do. The cat was cool. I really enjoyed making my cat. But the aura, I was so much more indecisive. This was going on for over an hour. I really couldn't decide. I think the character creator is amazing, and they have like special options for each race. So the aura had these special their horns were attached to face images. So like the face that I wanted had these like downward pointing horns, and they had their own unique hairstyles. Just really fun. And this is what we went with. This was the final character. This is us for at least another week. I'm going to be honest, it's grown on me a lot more than I was expecting. So maybe it will be longer than a week. But I really like this character. I really like playing an aura. So I'm a little bit torn. What do you think? Catboy or aura? What? It's definitely a hard decision for me. Maybe I'll alternate between the two for a little while. And then we're like 15 minutes into the video, and we haven't even talked about the story, the Heavensward story. So yeah, let's get on to that. So 3.4 onwards. One of the most cool things we did is we had a little date with Baymaric, as everyone's been calling him. This was really special. Unfortunately, it was ended too soon, but this was really special. This was a cool moment. Amaric's someone who you see, Amaric is someone you see from like the very end of ARR. He's someone I really like. I think he's an amazing character. He definitely was like one of the best characters in Heavensward, and he made it through. So that's good. So yeah, this was a really nice moment, really touching moment. But then it was time to do some fighting. The 3.4 dungeon, Zephytol. Yeah, you would go into this. 3.4 seems to be all about the Warriors of Darkness, going and stopping them, stopping all the primal fights, stopping all the primal summonings. Really cool idea. I really liked it. If I had to give one critique about the whole of Heavensward, because I've been nothing but saying good things about Heavensward. I've said it's my favorite part of the game so far. If I had to critique it, it would be that 3.4 came and went too fast. You build up the Warriors of Darkness for so long, and they're so cool. I think it was one of the best parts of the game. It was such an interesting story. such an interesting like dynamic. I mean, maybe you're gonna criticize me and tell me it all comes back later and it's not over, or that I'm wrong. Maybe you will, maybe. But for me, they built up so good in 3.4, and then it ended. And I felt like it ended in a couple of hours. So I would have liked this to go on for maybe not a whole expansion, but maybe like 2 or 3 patches, and then a big climax at the end. But I guess they had a lot of story to tell. But yeah, this whole stuff with like the Primals and the Warriors of Darkness was amazing. Like S tier stuff. This was so cool. The ending to this this dungeon with where they all showed up was so good. I think it's such a good story they told. But yeah, in my opinion, I would have liked it to be a little longer. But all good things come to an end. It's so good that we finished Coils the same week that we did 3.4. So getting Alize into the game just as we'd said goodbye to her in Coils felt really, really cool, because I guess you should have done Coils way long ago in ARR. So we kind of just met her and just got introduced and did her story just as she came back. So that was really cool. And then she does talk about, there's a few lines that she references what happened in Coils, which I'm guessing you wouldn't see if you hadn't done them. This ending with the Warriors of Darkness was one of the best parts of the game. And I know I've said that a lot, but that's because they're the best at the time. If I had to go back, I would say the whole Thordan thing is now ranking lower because this was so much better. I'd say 3.3 with the dragon was the best. That was the single best part of the game. This is probably second best. Thordan is probably third. That if I had to rank like everything that's happened so far, because I really liked what they did with the Warriors of Darkness. It was so confusing. I was like at the edge of my seat the whole time. I never knew what was coming next. And yeah, I think that's why I wanted more of it, just because it was so good. But maybe they'll come back. Who knows? You never know, do you, right? And then this was the very first time we got to see Alize fight. We've seen her in Coils do some little things like with the book, but here we go. I'm guessing she's some sort of red mage because she's got like a sword and spells. Everyone in chat on Twitch was saying she's a red mage. It doesn't feel it, but I don't know. Maybe she's her own little hybrid class because she's a special character. But she does feel like some sort of swordy spell slinger. But her character is awesome. It's so cool. You got this thing where you have to like fight the Warriors of Darkness and then power her up so she can just go like Super Saiyan on them. And these fights were just next level epic. Obviously they're story fights, so they're not like supposed to be super challenging, but the fight, you know, in this burning ring of fire, fighting all the Warriors of Darkness, it's just amazing. It reminded me a lot of when you do the fight with you know, the show where you have to fight Raban at the end in 3 point something. It reminded me a lot of that, but it's just so much better because the darkness of it, the Warriors of Darkness and the story, and it was just amazing. I sometimes I'm speechless when stuff's too good, and this was just too good. This was 10 out of 10. I'll be honest, I found the ending insanely confusing. I found it really confusing. Like, Urianger was trying to get everyone to fight so they could bring you all together so that you could be brought to Hydaelyn to save the world. I don't know. Couldn't we just have all been told what was happening from the start and just brought our crystals together on day one? I didn't really get it. I don't know. Urianger speaks in like parcel tongue to me. I really don't understand it. So anytime he's involved, I lose the story. I didn't quite understand why we all had to fight for so long for this to happen. But what did happen was amazing. It was so nice to have this big ending, this big like cinematic, just bringing everyone together. You know, not everyone knew about Minfilia, so that was amazing. But yeah, I didn't quite understand. I asked on stream and everyone told me, and I'm still a bit confused as to why it happened. Urianger is just a myth to me, but yeah, it was good. I still enjoyed it, even though I was heavily head scratching. And I've watched this back in the edit and I think I get it a bit more, but I'm still a bit confused. And then we went fishing. And not just any fishing, look at that score. 10,677 from an ocean fish. So I've been ocean fishing non-stop. I love it. I love ocean fishing. I love fishing. Fishing is currently the highest level class. I've got it at 76 at the time of making this video. I love it. And for those that don't know, my girlfriend started playing the game. She's just coming into Heavensward now. And we went on a little fish trip together with some other people. There was 3 of us all together. And yeah, The fishing trip just absolutely popped off. I didn't record it because I wasn't expecting it to go so crazy, so I just caught the end of it. But there was 3 spectral currents on this fishing trip, so I think, yeah, we both got the mount. We both got the whale mount for getting 10,000 points. This was such an achievement. It's something I've been trying to do since I first started playing the game. I think I went fishing on like my 5th day, and I've been going ocean fishing at least once a week. Every chance I get, like when I see the times come into an ocean trip, I'll go and do one. And yeah, we both got it on the same fishing trip. So this was so cool. Here it is. I thought it was kind of cute. We met up, redeemed it both at the same time, and we mounted the whales, the 10,000 point ocean whales at the same time. This is something that, I don't know, the achievements in this game are really cool, and they're not all for like big combat fights, like doing coils on Savage, just going fishing. And it's the amount of hours I've put in to try and get this mount. It feels so good to have it. I'm still going to go ocean fishing because I love it, but I don't know, the sense of accomplishment for doing this was amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. And there's so much other stuff, like the triple triad cards. There's like the golden saucer mounts. There's loads of mounts outside of fights that obviously I want to go farm and go work on. But this was one that I was going for from the very start, as soon as someone told me about this. So yeah, very excited. And then it was time to get SLOPPEH. It was time for Baelsar's Wall. Again, if I had to make any sort of criticism on Heavensward, it would just be the jump from 4 to 5, for 3.4 to 3.5. Felt a little fast. Going from Warriors of Darkness to the whole Griffin situation was kind of quick. But nevertheless, it was still amazing. It was my own fault for playing them both so fast. Like, I think I finished 4 one night and 5 the next. But I just couldn't stop. I just could not stop. It's all I wanted to do. And I just burned myself through it so fast. It's probably my own fault. Maybe you felt there was a massive break between them and I didn't. But the story just it went to 10 and it stayed at 10 from 3.3 right to the end of Heavensward. So I just couldn't put it down. Baelsar's Wall was great. It reminded me a lot of Castrum Meridium, I can't remember that one, with the big Garlean war robots. It gave me massive vibes to that. You got the elevator as well, which is a tie into like Praetorium. It's all very Garlean, isn't it? I'm still, even after finishing, I'm still not quite sure how this gets you to Stormblood. I'm not. Maybe I don't know. I'm not quite sure where the story's going to go. I've got no idea. Once I finished ARR, I kind of predicted a lot of stuff that was going to happen in Heavensward. But as I sit here at the end of 3.55, I've got no idea what's happening in Stormblood. I really don't know what's coming next. Here he is, the main man. This was a massive shock. I actually thought the Griffin seemed like a really cool and interesting character. And I'll be honest, I was kind of swayed towards him. I thought he was quite a good guy, or like his reasons were kind of justified. I don't know. I kind of morally was siding to him at times, but he's our good friend. He's our good friend. Oh, but yeah, I would never have called this. I didn't even get it from the voice. I really made me question myself after seeing this. I was not. I mean, the twist here was massive. Maybe other people predicted it from the voice, but yeah, big tie into the end of ARR, right? Because that's how it ends there with him. So yeah, amazing fight. And of course, here's the line. The ending was insane. The ending was just insane. I would never have predicted this. And I think because we did Coils so recently, this just hit so much harder. I really do. As well, like, we just got Papil Mode back. We just got him back, and this happened. Yeah, this hit me quite hard. I didn't think I was going to get this sad at this ending, but yeah, really. They give you excitement. They give you adrenaline, and they give you everything you want. They give you everything you want in the story, and then they make you sad. And they've done it again. This ending was. I did not know it was. I did not know this was coming. I did not know we were going to see the big fight between the Garlean machine and the Bahamut like primal. I did not know that was going to happen. Would never have expected that. I would have never thought this was going to happen with Papelmo and the staff. Everything really shocked me here. I am going to share, like I did with the end of 2.55. I'm going to share my live reaction to all of this because I was completely blown away. And I mean, these little videos don't really do it justice. So I do want to share like the full reaction video. I've promised a lot of videos in this video, haven't I? I've got a lot of videos to make. But yeah, that's coming because I was not expecting this. And then, yeah, at the end of this, while the credits were rolling, I did kind of share my thoughts on Heavensward and, you know, my thoughts as a whole. So I'm going to make that into its own. I'm going to put that video out soon just to share with you all on here that obviously might have missed the stream or that don't watch over on Twitch. So I'll share that here. But yeah, it's over. I have zero clue what is coming in Stormblood. I don't know why. Maybe I've missed something major. Maybe I'm just an idiot. But I've got no clue what's coming in Stormblood. I get that there's going to be like, maybe we're going to go to Doma. Maybe I've seen there's monks are involved. There's the samurai that joined in. I've got no clue. I really don't know what the story is going to be about. I'm guessing this primal maybe isn't over, and I'm guessing maybe the big Garlean war machine Omega is going to come back, so we're going to have some big enemies. I've got no clue what the story is going to be. No idea. So I said on stream the other day in the glam contest, actually, I'm going to take a little MSQ break because I've been pushing so hard to get through Heavensward. So I think for a week I'm going to do no MSQ. I've got so much stuff still to do. I want to do the firmament, all the Heavensward extremes, loads of little side content and stuff. So yeah, I'm still going to be posting. I mean, I've got a lot to post to YouTube, but I am going to take a little break from the MSQ before I start Stormblood. But yeah, we're getting there. This series has been much shorter than ARR. I think ARR was like 18 parts, and this is 8. So it's been much shorter. But I've really been going for it to try and get through because I've just enjoyed it so much. I'm probably going to wrap the episode up here. Maybe wrap this series up here. Maybe there'll be one more. Like I say, I'd love to know what you think down below. Should I do one more with all the extremes? Or should I just release all the extreme fights as its own standalone video? Let me know. And then where do you want to see this channel go from here? Or more this series go from here? Do we start again and do this same kind of thing for Stormblood? Where I record the video, I give you my reactions and thoughts, and I summarize at the end of the month, at the end of the week. Would you rather I just clip stuff down from Twitch and just, I've seen a lot of other people that post like this kind of playthrough, and they just take their Twitch streams and just post their reactions and make a video out of it. Would you rather that, or do you prefer this more summarized and, you know, more looking back view? Yeah, what do you prefer? And would you want to see another Stormblood series? Obviously, that would be the 3rd series. I don't know if there's as much hype around Stormblood as there was ARR and Heavensward. But let me know. What do you want to see? Smaller videos, another series, or more Twitch reaction type videos? I'd love to know, because I guess we're going to be starting it in like a week. I'm going to be starting Stormblood in a week. So I'd love to know the best kind of thing that people would want to see. Other than that, all I can really do is thank you all again for watching, commenting, liking. That stuff really helps the algorithm. Subscribing to the channel if you've been here since. I know there's some people that comment down below, and there's so many comments on these videos that I don't get to reply to them all. I do read pretty much all of them. I know some people have been here since the very first video. I've got people that joined my Discord, subscribed to the channel and joined on Twitch literally like 3 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. So thank you all so much. Whether you joined in the last video or you just found the channel today, thank you so much for being a part of this. Coming next on YouTube, I'm going to share the glam contest, I'm going to share my ending reaction, and I'm going to share the coils videos. They're the next 3 videos coming out. If you want to see more live content, we will be over on Twitch for the next, you know, I stream about 4 nights a week. I'm going to be doing the extremes, maybe some like Beast Tribes, the Hildebrand quests, everything outside of the MSQ that I've neglected really. So I'm going to wrap it up here. This is a really long video, 30 minutes, right? Probably one of the longest videos we've done on Final Fantasy. So this is the end. Take care, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, and goodbye.